Good afternoon. I didn't see you there. Welcome back to Alliance League 2020 Summer. It's time for the second broadcast match of the day. My name is Leo, joined here by Percy, and we're about to witness USC's Rebirth go up against MCL's Wrath. And we already have the bans in. I did mention we might see some Paladin once more, but after the banning phase, Rat says Rebirth says no to the Warrior. Percy, looking at Rat's list, it does seem like he is bringing the meta with him. It's Warrior, it's Highlander Hunter, and it's Galak Rogue. While Rebirth here brings a little bit of the old flavor, like he's forcing, I do believe he's forcing it, Demon Hunter. What's your take here?
Yes, you did say forcing it. Forcing it is
Forcing it.
forcing it. No, I would say really forcing it, pushing it because for me personally, I don't like the nerf cards. What was it? Warglaives of Azeroth,
Yep.
Metamorphosis, and just go in the dumpster as what
Yep.
Blizzard did to them. I don't trust those. I don't trust in those cards anymore. But it seems
Mhm.
like this USC Warrior is going to be trusting in the power of the Demon Hunter package.
Yeah. I'm so confused. Rebirth here. Um, it's such a different Demon Hunter, to be honest. Like,
Mhm.
Demon Hunter reminds me of your friend from high school that peaked. Like he was a member of the varsity team. He had like the nice car, got all the girls on his arms. But then like when you guys graduated college, you're like,
I know what
do I
you mean.
remember? Do I remember you? What happened? So again, I'm so happy with Skull and Man's Academy. New set just dropped maybe a day or two ago, and again, Demon Hunter looks so different. But ladies and gentlemen, I did mention Skull and Man's Academy. If you want to get your hands on some packs, do join Chat Rally. Type in your votes to win. Use the hashtag Globe Prepaid Virtual Hangouts and get a chance to win Blizzard credits. Again, every single pack goes a long way. If I could get myself some packs by typing in the chat rally, I would. But as a broadcaster, I'm not
Right.
allowed to join. All right, so we need to work on that. I need to talk to the people behind the scenes. But nonetheless, Percy, let's talk about the deck choices here. Again, Rebirth, possibly forcing out the Demon Hunter, which still compared to other lists, like at least the other classes, I think it is still the de facto aggro deck in the meta. At least even compared to Murloc Paladin, I'd still put my money on Demon Hunter. But again, can't deny that it has been nerfed into the ground. Let's look at Rat's list: Galakrond Rogue and Highlander Hunter. Not much we can say about Highlander Hunter. I think we've seen it earlier. Did well as always. But looking at Rogue here, let's see. This is Stealth Rogue, I believe. It has the Greyheart Sage, and let's see. They are bringing that first Wrath first deck going to be the Rogue going up against Demon Hunter. Okay, this is gonna be an interesting uphill battle for Rebirth. I
Yeah.
think.
Well, if the mulligan went into you have your metamorphosis at the start of your hand, now it feels even especially worse.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, I'd like to take this time to note a little bit that I like how these campus esports organizations are naming themselves, like USC's, the Warriors, the MCL is Maraming Colleges Laguna is a Warlock. So it's Warrior versus no matter which deck they bring. So I don't know. I find it pretty cool.
You're right. You're right. So USC Warriors versus the MCL Warlocks.
Yeah,
All
it's pretty
right.
cool.
So it's Rexar. No,
Garrosh
it's
versus
Garrosh
Gul'dan.
versus Gul'dan. Nice. All right. Here we
Amazing.
go. Rebirth already ends up with an interesting hand. He has no one drops. Again,
He
he
might.
does have the clunky metamorphosis to start with. While Wrath here has a
Oh, he
great
hasn't got
start.
them yet.
Wrath has an amazing start, sir.
There
He
we
has the Spy
go.
Mistress, he has the Pharaoh Cat. He can start growing the questing adventure with
But
very little punish from Rebirth.
but Rebirth did top deck his Blazing Battle Mage.
Oh, okay.
Important.
So
Important.
he wasn't done. He wasn't done with the mall. All
Yeah, I
right.
was surprised as well. Yes, yes.
I could have sworn that was the mall, but all right. This is looking better at least.
A one, two, three, four. There we go. A
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4. Close to 5 suddenly.
It's a picnic. It's beautiful like a picnic, but nonetheless, Wrath has the answers. Wrath,
I wonder.
Wrath can force Rebirth here to run out.
Yeah, but he's taking his time. He's thinking whether to backstab with his Blazing Battle Mage. Is it gonna be a threat later on? Or if you want to save it for later for the questing adventure to buff it into a 4/4. You have to think about all of these stuff.
Yep,
Right
and
now.
it looks like that's going to be the play here. The Spy Mistress could stick around to wait for a Greyheart Sage, or it could act as removal. I do think that is a smart way to go about it. A one cost delayed Seal Fate seems good, but again, Seal Fate could come into play very soon.
Might consider to point it out if the pressure's gaining on him. You do see a Battle Fiend picked up here, but he's not gonna play it because it just trades well to the Spy Mistress. So
Oh, now he has two Battle Fiends that he can grow all the way.
there we go. Keeping it simple, and whoa, a second backstab.
How about it though? Questing adventure, he's gonna get huge.
Looking pretty juicy right now, so you can just hero power get in week 2. Also, Hyron also mentioned it's not
It's not.
it's not a bad play to just hero power. You are equipping a 1/2 weapon, which you can use for the later turns. You might as well invest in the weapon right now. You're not being pressured too much, right?
There's nothing I think Wrath else he could do. He could go Pharaoh Cat and build a board
Oh.
here.
He's scared. He's scared of the pressure.
Oh wow, he is going to save himself the troubles.
Whoa. I don't like this one. You get it?
Wait,
Wow, okay, sure. It works out.
what a
for him
beautiful
again.
curve! A beautiful curve, and he still saves the Spy Mistress. I do think he really believes he's gonna get a Sage soon. That's the only reason why I think he's saving it.
Yeah, because the Demon Hunter can clear it with his hero power. It's Arana, I'm sorry. But yeah, there's no other reason for you to just hit for free when you want to be on the defensive side because you did use up your backs. One of your resources. You don't want your other resource, your free attack, you don't want to lose very easily.
I would have saved the backstab. I do think the questing adventure is something that Rebirth is gonna have trouble dealing with. He can freeze it, but that saves it for one turn. It's still gonna come back around. It's still gonna be huge.
It's gonna get even bigger. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's why I would have saved the two backstabs. I mean, that's something maybe Wrath sees a line of play for later. So Rebirth here is going to concede this Battlefield. Now there you go. It pays off, ladies and gentlemen. He knows his deck. He felt it. I do believe a Greyheart Sage is gonna be here someday soon,
Probably
and that
next
is
turn.
2 turns later. So yeah, this is a nice pickup.
Yeah. And Raph is just calmly dealing with the Demon Hunter's early game threats. And right now, Rebirth has to keep on generating these threats. Slowly, though. Very slowly.
Scarily slow, because I don't know, man. Like, besides Titanic Lackeys, I don't think there are any taunts in Rat's list. Let me double check on that.
Same.
Yeah, like there's nothing. Like he does not need. Oh, there's a shield. There's the shield.
Oh yeah,
But
of course.
that aside, like Kane is just literally a three damage to the face.
Is it cold in the shadow?
And what else more, right? It's a charge menu. You don't really want to play it. And here we just have a buffed Frozen Shadow Weaver, which is now going to get dealt with a you can excuse me, you can deal with your questing adventurer now. It's going to be a max 6/6. It's gonna be a 6/6.
There you go. So big.
There we
This is
go.
not fun for Rebirth. Looking at his hand, like it's gonna be a long ways around dealing with the questing adventure. But here's the question though. Does he have enough on board to save the Spy Mistress?
No, you can just trade it off. It's fine. But this Shadow Step pickup allows this questing adventure to turn into an 8/8.
Even be bigger. Even be bigger.
And your Raph, you do know his list. Oh! 9/9 currently.
Yep.
if he commits it. And he is going to, because he
For
knows
sure.
Reverse List doesn't have the consume magic to silence this bad boy.
Mhm.
And
It's gonna stick. It's gonna stick.
this is just slap to the face with that crunchy 8 damage plus sound effect.
Okay, with the hand that Wrath has, I think he has to really find another. He has to find a reload, but he is the beatdown, so I do think he has the initiative here.
Yeah, it's totally fine if you play your Greyheart Sage on here, then hero. Don't play the Faceless Lucky in the case of a 1 in 150 Doomsayer or something along those lines. But yeah, just keep your. He will be able to keep this questing adventure big.
And even bigger and bigger. It'll keep growing.
You can even just prep to make it an 11-11. But right now,
Yeah, I don't think. Let's see. Nah, Doomsayer. Nah.
Nah.
Woo! Would have been funny though. Would have been funny. Gotta admit, would have been funny.
yeah. But now, just hero power, then deal the 10 to the face so that 12/13 to the face, 2-turn lethal, easy as spy with no removal from this old demon hunter. This is exactly why.
Clock. It's an amazing clock here for Wrath.
Yeah, exactly why I wanted to count this demon hunter out of the game, just immediately.
There you go. So yeah, he can save the prep for later. This is yeah, I think Rebirth
There you
knows
go.
it. Rebirth
aside.
Rebirth understands that this is not looking good for me.
Very bad. He can still stay
Nothing.
alive. He can still stay alive. Don't sweat. He can still stay alive. He can cane the
Oh.
this minion. This is now in the classic set. I don't really remember his name is.
Oh yeah, he will stay alive because of the Bone Chewer. You're right. He'll stay
Yes.
alive because of the Bone Chewer.
But with Raph still at 24 and him staring down at this potentially 12-12, it's gonna be difficult
Mm-hmm.
for him to push for more than a win.
Oh.
There you go. Prep
Yeah,
into Evil Miscreant. Amazing.
He has to do this. Yeah, he has to do this. So again, he could get a Kobold Lackey off of this and end the game.
Not
Nope.
yet. We're still in this.
Wait. He could.
Faceless Lucky into
Let's
a
see.
charger
Let's see.
or a rusher.
Oh.
That are the only out. That are the only outs that just seals the deal right now.
Yeah, no, I think he's looking for something else. He's thinking of a dragon or a 1-drop. Oh, a 2-drop. Let's see.
I'm pretty sure he's just still going to play both.
Yeah, either way.
Doesn't really matter which. Yeah, just go with the wealth. I think. Do you have an eviscerate? You have an eviscerate in you, so you might as well draw into it. There we go.
Yeah, look for it.
Lucky. Give us the rush. Canre.
Give him the rush. Not give us the rush, give him the rush.
Alright.
So he takes it the old-fashioned way. He's gonna remove the Battle Fiend here and say, Rebirth, it's up to you now. How will you get yourself out of this? And
You don't.
he doesn't.
You just
Ladies
don't.
and gentlemen, game 1 goes over to Wrath.
Yeah.
Rebirth here.
Canra Fad. Blessing the Warlocks, as this is a Warlock Prime Legendary. Blessing the Warlocks with this win for game 1.
How perfect.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is going to be game. Rebirth just putting in what he can, running out of cards in his hand.
Excellent maneuvering.
It's just a matter of putting in the punch. There you go. Congratulations to Wrath. Rebirth
One.
here. Rebirth here has the choice to switch it up. He could keep the Demon Hunter or he could go move over to Rexar. Who, hold up, this is also Dragons. This is Dragon Hunter too.
Yeah. We didn't see it from we didn't see it from last game,
Yeah?
but because that was banned and Murloc Paladin right now is banned. So at least we're seeing both of the decks from a while ago, from never.
Yeah. What's going on here? Like these campus athletes are bringing some interesting flavor. Although I do believe that these lists are going to change drastically in Scholomance Academy.
Exactly.
So at least now we see this is like a final hurrah. Like at least we see them play out and maybe pick up some points of improvement before we finally say goodbye to them in this iteration. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are just waiting for the next matchup to be set up. Wrath is done with his Galakron Rogue. We are now going to be switching over to his Highlander Hunter, which Percy does not run Dragon Queen Alexstrasza. Can you run us through some thought processes, like what's going on in their minds, why they should or why they should not?
I think you've seen this in the Elite Series as well, where some of our competitors have, after the Dragon Queen Alexstrasza nerf, has seen it to be this slower because you don't get your dragons for free. So you'd rather slot in your extra your extra 7 drop.
Yeah.
No. Your extra 5 drop or extra 4 drop. Maybe if you didn't have your Dragon Bane in, you might as well add them right now. You can have your evasive Feywing.
Feywing, yep.
The four
Yeah.
mana
So
5/4.
if you get rid of the DQA, you get the Feywing built in, right? So
Yeah.
that's for the school of thought of not playing the DQA. But I think there is still some relevance. There is still some reason to play DQA in Dragon Hunter, right? I mean, in Highlander Hunter.
Shampoo brought it in game 1, and I do see some Highlander Hunter lists from this expansion still running DQA because you have your early game already cramped up with Ace Hunter Cream. And I can talk about Ace Hunter Cream next week because of how broken he is. Oh my gosh.
Yeah?
But let's just get right into this game.
Here we go. Wrath now facing down a mirror question mark because Rebirth is actually once more Dragon Hunter while Wrath is Highlander. Given that Wrath is on the play here, I think it's his decision to make. Does he go on the beatdown or does he try to answer what Rebirth is putting on the table?
He has to answer because the Dragon Hunter is more consistent with his draws because you have duplicates. Right? So you'll have
He's a more
consistent pressure.
Yeah, he can be more aggressive and on a consistent form. Now here we go. He does coin out the Felmo. As we say, you always have to do that because the aggression is just too real. And does he answer with his own? He does.
Of course. All right,
It's a duel.
Dormant sleepers on the chat. Some resident sleep. Okay, don't call me on that. Resident sleepers for the dormant minions. Right now, you can just play Primordial Explorer as Wrath. Keep your tempo alive. But it is your only dragon in your hand. Wait, never mind. The one that you create from your Explorer is also a dragon, so just play it. Why not?
Yep. Oh yeah, give the Felmo something to think about, possibly.
Take the hot.
Yeah, this is the new card, by the way.
Take the new card.
It's so good, but he doesn't have any spells. He can run into them. He's got quite a few in the deck, nonetheless.
He chooses the Prairie Dragon instead. He is going for the early game, or the small mana pressure, I should say, instead of just curving towards turn 4. Did you see this corrosive Wrath?
Ah.
Wrath is on the beatdown.
Yeah. You mean Rebirth? Yes, Rebirth. Rebirth is on the beatdown. He can smell it. He can feel it. But for how long, though? For how long, though, Percy? Because this Griffin can just get a free day, go for the punch here, and leave Rebirth. Yeah, leave Rebirth with another question here and say, what's my next plan of attack? Where do I go from here? He could go Felmo draw? Or is that too dangerous? It seems like it's too dangerous because there's a free 5/4 on the board.
Yeah, you might as well use your Feywing here and then hope to trade into it. Just exactly that. And the Ratness Drake top deck.
Perfect!
From Wrath.
Man, Rat's decks today are just
Fire.
serving it up. Just serving up the goodness.
There we go. And Rebirth just sighing from all of these answers. But again, as an athlete, you have to keep your composure here. You can't just
hold up. This is the best Zixor could be. Clearing out that Felmo, although has to stare down the Drake.
Why not, right? But we have a Zephyrus. You can probably just silence it so you don't have any problem dealing with it later. Or you can save your Zephyrus for lethal and just leave this Zixor on the board.
I do think the silence is better because from there, Wrath can just build a bigger board, forcing Rebirth to answer.
Yeah. If you give Rebirth any sort of edge coming into turn 8. But it's going to be a problem, but it looks like Raph is just going for the kill, not allowing turn 8 to occur on the board.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, what could happen here is he could silence the Zixor and then punch the Zixor into Zixor nonetheless, get a Prime in his deck so he's ready for the late game, and that's fine because Wrath is the beatdown at this point. Wrath does not have to worry about what Rebirth is bringing now, later. He can just keep going, but I think if he just goes Scale Rider here, he's just thinking, I'm going to end sooner.
This is looking like an end. Just going for a Zephyr's Bloodlust next turn, or a Zephyr's Fireball. What does Rebirth have to stave off the pressure?
Yeah.
No taunts in hand.
Here's the thing, Percy. He can even go Dragon Bane and play Russian Roulette. Like, he can just do that.
Right. Raph, from oh my goodness, from the beatdown I said a while ago, I did say we did say that they were on a back and forth who was dealing the damage to each other, but right now Raph is on the top end with his with the turn 5 Rottenness Drake just swinging the tempo onto his side.
This is unfortunate for Rebirth because earlier, Percy, what it looked like was they were trading jabs, like jab here, jab there, and all of a sudden Wrath goes for a haymaker. What's going on? And it was off of that Rottenness Drake, off the top. And it was exactly what he needed to get rid of the Feywing. And I don't think Rebirth was thinking about, hold up, what if my Feywing dies right here?
Without actually even trading into the fight for right. So it's difficult. And now he has to make this difficult.
Oh, he's taking 8. Oh, he's done 8.
But the damage has been done. Zephyrus is going to
Bloodlust
deal
out.
the last damage.
And even button if he needs to. Yeah? Hold up. What?
No, he Fireball.
There you go.
No,
It's the same thing. It's the same thing nonetheless.
That's what you said a while ago.
Yep. It's not Russian roulette. All of the whole barrel is loaded. All right. So congratulations to Wrath, the MCL Warlocks. Yep. Take one over the Warriors. It's gonna be a 2-0. Man, that was quick. Yo, that was quick.
Big wow. Oh my goodness, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Go.
Percy, I got a few questions for you here. First of all, what do you think about Dragon Hunter? I mean, Paladin, Murloc Paladins earlier just really felt like it was floundering the whole time. But here, especially in the early game, taking down Wrath to what, 20 in 3 turns?
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like it really had a chance. But is this a deck that could come back around, especially in this new set?
In this new set, definitely, or maybe in the first weeks, because it could prey on the slower combo decks. I have seen variants where you still run Toxic Reinforcements while you have your Dragon package, and you'll be able to deal with the combo decks. Because I do see this meta going combo heavy, where you have a huge burst turn, and then it's either you deal with the burst turn or you make sure that they don't get to the...
Yeah.
So Dragon Hunter is looking like also a good budget deck to work with. To deal with
and
all of these.
You said the magic word, man. You said Toxic Reinforcements. Yeah. I love me some Leper Gnomes. I do love them cards. And again, that's a combo in itself, right? You just spit out the damage, you button a few times, and your opponent has to deal with it. So nonetheless, it could work in the future, in the very near future. That is, especially in the early days of Scholomance, but just not today. Congratulations to Wrath, Rebirth. We do appreciate your efforts. Again, Demon Hunter's looking better now in Scholomance Academy. Glide is taking names. Voracious Reader. You're never gonna run out of cards, and I do think there's something in there for mid range and control, especially with Soul Fragments now in the game. Percy, before we wrap the show up, anything else you want to say about this matchup right here?
It's unfortunate that it finished fast, but at the same time, I'm glad that it did so that these players, these competitors, have more time in the world to be able to experiment more with the new set.
You're right. Same with me, man. I'm just kind of glad that we're done with work today because we can go back into playing Scholomance Academy. Once more, the newest set dropped for Hearthstone. If y'all want to get some packs, do join Chat. You know what? No, it's over. Chat Rally's done, I think, because we already saw who won. But nonetheless, we appreciate you joining us once more. Thank you for being